Hello Reformers and welcome back to Prophecy of Pendor. Now, yeah, we have a bit of a pickle here on our hands because I actually assumed that King Ulrich was not going to give this to us, but he has. He has surprised me with his generosity, and it's kind of amusing really because mostly all lieges that I've ever had in the past have always been shall we say, somewhat selfish. Or they have just completely ignored me. But this guy seems to actually be really nice, and it kind of makes me a bit sad that we're probably going to be creating our own faction due to your comments in the previous episode. Because I asked you, oh, you know, if he doesn't give this to us, what do you want us to do? Do you want me to just take it on the chin, you know, like a champ? Or do you want me to, you know, rue the day that we ever met King Ulrich and split off from the Kingdom of Salian and create our own faction? Well, seems like neither of those things, well, I guess it is kind of happening because we are going to be accepting the fact that Laria is now ours. And we are... Whoa, yeah. Alright, yeah, so this is obviously a bit of an issue here. Just losing so much money right now. That is pretty crazy. As you can see, we still have 160,000, so we still have about 8 weeks. Wait, is that correct? Maths was never my strong point, so you know, don't quote me on this. Anyway, point is, generally we need to be a bit careful with my finances right now, but I generally do have enterprises in every single town. But yes, anyway, as I was saying. Basically, we now have a bit of an issue here because I have Laria. It's my own town, and that's fantastic. And it seems like the Kingdom of Salian is willing to give me basically anything. And we are actually really close to a complete domination of Pendor with Salian, you know, with Salian being our faction. And if you take a look here, victory progress, that's what we need to see. Alright, so as you can see here, the Kingdom of Pendor is long forgotten, so I'm not entirely sure if we actually need to have the Kingdom of Pendor. No, as you can see right here, it just says, have one kingdom remaining. The Mist Mountain tribes must be obliterated or destroyed. Every other minor faction must be obliterated or destroyed with no outstanding minor faction armies or heroic personalities on the map. Right, so as you can see, we have quite a few. Now, amusingly enough, the parties with a little asterisk are not a victory condition, so I don't technically need to kill the Inquisition army or the Holy Inquisitor, although if I want a Qualis gem or something, then I can of course do that. Otherwise, there's a Snakehold army, 2 Mist Mountain armies, 2 Heretic armies, they're going to be kind of harsh. Dread Legion, I think we've already defeated the Dread Legion once, but it was kind of touch and go for a second, so there's a bit of an issue there. Anyway. We also have Igrim. Igrim the Devourer is going to be really, really harsh in my opinion too. I don't even know who this guy actually is. I don't think I've ever fought this fellow, so it's going to be a pretty interesting fight to say the least. But anyway, as you see, there's 12 enemy armies. The Jatu are fading. The Jatu are fading as well, so I think it might be an idea for us to go and maybe kill a Jatu army or something like that. I don't really want to do that, to be honest, because fighting the Jatu is never fun, really. Let's put it that way. But anyway, what I am going to need to do is go into the castle here, and I'm probably going to try and see if I can speak to my steward. Hello there. Yes, I would like very much to recruit from surrounding villages, and we will go and train you and all that wonderful stuff. Let me get a baggage train, please. And is there anything else that I want to do here? Well, inducting troops. What can I... Oh, they actually advance from Salian Knights. That's kind of impressive. Alright, so I can actually hold a tournament here as well. I don't want to do that. Actually, do I? Maybe it would be an idea. Should I do a tournament? You know what? Okay, fine. Let's do a tournament. Why not? And we'll see. Ooh, look at this. This is actually new. I have never ever held a tournament myself ever before, so this is going to be pretty interesting. So let's have a look here. Just a reminder, you must have a positive honor rating and a fair amount of dinars in order to hold a tournament. Or, let's see here. The event will take some days to set up. The more you spend, the longer it will take. Alright, so spare no expense, 20k. Let's do it. Let's do it. Absolutely. Well, what do you mean, the longer it will take? Steward, is it Bannigan? Barragan? Yeah, well, whatever the case, he is... Oh, no. The tournament's taking place during the day. Okay, so let's just train our town steward. It's going to take 18 hours to train him. Are you serious? Wow. Okay, that's going to be quite a significant period of time. I actually wonder whether any lords are going to turn up here. Oh, yes. I need to show you something. I need to show you something pretty important. A lot of people in the comments were asking about my difficulty settings. Well, these are usually my difficulty settings with most mods, but sometimes I'll tweak things a little bit, like I will reduce the campaign AI if I'm finding that the AI is a little bit too fast in recuperating their units and things like that, but for the most part I haven't really had any difficulties with it so far. My battle size is only on 295 because I found performance problems with anything above 300, and otherwise everything is as it is. Generally I will have this on either easy or normal, because in Pendor you die so fast. You really die super fast. So me having it on easy is literally just to make it not easier on myself, but it just makes it a little bit more fun to play. And that in turn makes it more fun to watch for you, because that means that I'm going to be, you know, participating in battles. I'm going to be able to take more risks and so on and so forth, because you don't really want to see me at the back of the battlefield basically just standing there doing nothing all the time because I'm limping around on 10% HP. Anyway, we have a tournament to get to, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into the castle once again, and I want to just see whether I can recruit some more people first. Alright, so I have checked, and unfortunately it doesn't appear as though Steward I've forgotten again. Why is his name so difficult to remember? Oh, well, whatever the case. We are now here, 4 teams with 6 fighters each. I thought it might be a kind of nice idea to take part in a regular tournament for once, because we haven't actually done one of these in quite some time. I've actually been doing, obviously, as I said beforehand, been doing a huge amount of Nordahl tournaments, and they are, well, kind of easy. As you can see, I've actually just already won that. Not too bad. Oh, we got a lance. Okay, this is going to be pretty simple then, I hope. Maybe, yeah, there we go. I thought he might turn at the last moment and prevent us from getting that wonderful couch lance going on. Alright, so I'm actually just going to get stuck in here, see if I can do some damage with my club to, well, in an effort to try and get through to the next round, because I've already eliminated one person, so if I can eliminate another one, then I will be able to skip this round, and there we go. Fantastic. That is a really easy way of getting to the next round if you eliminate 2 people. I think in the first round you can actually only eliminate 1. You only have to eliminate 1, so technically you could be a bit faster, but in general I just like to be a bit cautious, you know, because you never know whether something's going to mess up. Oh, Anson, I'm terribly sorry. You're dead. Well, we knocked him unconscious at the very least. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to have to deal with this guy. Let's see if I can maybe just take him off his horse. I can't reach him particularly well, so yeah, there we go. Nice. Oh, that was a hero adventurer. Very nice indeed. I find that having such a large amount of weapon proficiency is really, really important in these tournaments, and that's exactly the reason why I was able to win so many Noldor tournaments as well, because obviously the Noldor, if you have much less weapon proficiency than they do, they are going to just have a field day with your weapon speed. It's just insane. Like, I as I said in the previous episode, I did come pretty close to dying quite a few times, but that was literally just because the Twilight Knights and so on, they have such a huge amount of weapon proficiency. Lethal Durn, actually, wow, he got himself taken out pretty quickly right there. Anyway, yeah, we have one more. Oh, wow, this is kind of easy. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, oh, I thought to myself, yes, this is going to be a walkover, but no. No, he actually surprised me there for a second. He was like, oh, gotta raise my shield at the last moment. But not now. Alright, there you go. Okay, Grandmaster Bertild has once again achieved victory. And we're gaining, oh, black and white padding. Ooh, look at this. That is actually... Is that nice? Oh, I was actually hoping it would be really nice, but it's actually not. Oh well, never mind. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Alright, so at least we partook in a little tournament right there. And let's actually get some training grounds going on here. So let's actually start building that. And there we go. Okay, so hopefully we are going to continue to gain some units in the garrison at Laria here. As I said, I was really expecting us not to get this awarded to us. So it's kind of it's kind of a bit shocking, really, because that now means that I have to do a whole bunch of micromanaging and everything. Because I was actually thinking that I would be attacking. I would be attacking the Kingdom of Sarlian, you know, because if they declined my request to have ownership over Laria, then, well, I would have been waging war against them right now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go and, well, obviously speaking to the quartermaster is probably a good idea because he can give me a whole bunch of really, really nice food. And we're just going to take some of that. There we go. Because we're going to go on a bit of a... I'm not entirely sure what to do now, you see, because on the one hand... Ah, okay, we already have 3 patrols. Okay. Anyway, as I was about to say, on the one hand, we have... Well, we have 2 options. Basically, what we could do is we could theoretically go around and wage war against, let's say, the Ravenstone. So, for example, if we wanted to attack the Ravenstone, we could attack Poinsbrook straight away. We could probably take that without too many difficulties. And then, if they decide to not give it to us, then I could, of course, break off then, or, you know, I could just go on a bit of a sieging spree throughout the Ravenstone. So I could technically take Poinsbrook, Castle Alden, Falcondark Castle, and Talon Crag Castle. And then from there, if they don't give that to me, you know, if King Ulrich is like, oh no, you've had too many, and so on, and then, you know, he's not going to give it to me, then I will be, you know, leaving. And then I will have all of those at my disposal, basically. I'll have a pretty significant amount of territory as I look at an army of Jatu of over 2,600. What? What is going on here with these guys? I am gobsmacked. That is... What? Oh, you know what we need to do with this guy? We need to lure him. We need to lure him into a Nordahl party. One of the Nordahl lords. That is going to be the only way we will be able to deal with this guy, in my opinion. There is no way otherwise. Okay, you know what? I'm going to attack this Jatu army right here. Hopefully no one else is going to join in. Some of them actually did join in. That's not very good. But anyway, let's just see how we do against these guys. Obviously, I do have very, very good units in my knighthood order. So we should have a... Well, I'm not going to say an easy time, but we are going to have a time that is not too painful. Not too painful, but a little bit. A little bit painful. Alright, so let's get our infantry around here, cavalry around here, I guess. I mean, technically my cavalry is consisting mostly of horse archers. So generally they should be able to do a pretty decent job. And they are pretty heavily armored as well, so there's also that. Anyway, could you face the other way, guys? You know what? You know what I'm actually going to do? Can I... Wait a minute. Can I actually tell them to... Ah, there we go. Tell them to dismount. There we go. Yes. Oh, actually, I did this in the wrong order. Ah, no. Oh, that was terrible. Okay, well, whatever the case, it's actually not even a big deal, because now what this means is that my forces... yeah, you know what I should have done? Yeah. Should have put my horses at the front here, like down the hill there, and used them as kind of like a natural barrier. And that would have made all the difference in how effective our, you know, our units would be now. But, well, I'm an idiot, you know. You know that already, so, you know, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Oh well, never mind. At least we do have a bit of a barrier to some of these guys, so that's, I suppose, pretty decent. As you can see, they're actually just running straight in here and getting stopped, which is fantastic. I'm really worried. I'm really worried about those lancers. Seriously, every single time I see a lance, I'm like, oh, brace for impact. It's like a good old-fashioned ramming maneuver. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so we seem to actually be doing a pretty reasonable job so far. As you can see here, we've only lost one unit to death, and that's pretty good for so many units with lances. I mean, really, these lances are going to guarantee them a whole bunch of kills usually. But thankfully, because we are pretty good, you know, pretty good in terms of our armor and everything, it is actually taking them a little bit longer to kill us. As you can see, there are a couple of people starting to fall now, but that is to be expected. I'm actually going to tell everyone to charge in here because obviously I don't have cavalry, so it is going to be a little easier for me to control them. We do have a whole bunch over to the side here, which is actually not good. I'm not entirely sure what we're supposed to do with these fellows, because these guys are going to consistently be a bit of a thorn in our side, off to the side here, you know, literally a thorn in our side, shooting us from the flank here. Most of them are actually getting off their horses now, which is pretty good for us. Although now more lances are coming in. You know, I might want to retreat. I might want to retreat here, actually. Yeah, I'm actually going to retreat. Look at that. We didn't even lose anything. We didn't even lose anything from that. That's really, really good. Alright, I was actually expecting to lose like a whole bunch of renown right there, but it seems like the game is being a little bit lenient to me at the moment. So let me actually just leave real quick. I know that Sir Roland and various others are going to get a bit annoyed by this, but I'm going to just level up a couple of people here, just to make sure that we have as many good units available as possible. Because if we can eliminate more of these Jatu, then we are going to have an even better time of, just in general, being able to move between these two territories as well, so we don't have to worry about so many armies and everything. And, oh, it seems like we're actually in the same exact position here. This is actually kind of interesting. Okay, so this time around, we're going to do something properly. We're gonna use the horse wall tactic, which is a thing that usually you can only do with a huge amount of cavalry and everything, so I'm pretty happy that we have quite a few of them, and we're going to see how that goes. And yeah, so anyway, as I was saying about the whole Ravenstern plan thing, I could either go on a sieging spree and take, you know, the right section of Ravenstern territory and see how that goes, or I could do something where I could just take one and then just wait until King Ulrich makes a decision, and then if he makes a decision that is, you know, unfavorable to us, then we could create our own faction then. But obviously, that does tend to split my territory rather considerably, because if I do, you know, try to take something from the Ravenstern, then we have to run quite a fair distance. So it is not particularly good to do that. But anyway, let's see if I can get my people to hold position here. As you can see, the horses will hopefully give us a little bit of a barrier, and otherwise we will be able to, well, murder. We will be able to murder everyone, or at least most people, hopefully. Well, these guys want a piece of me, don't they? They certainly do. They want the biscuits. They want the biscuits and they want the tea, and I will not give it to them. No. They have to ask nicely. They have to ask nicely. Just attacking and being generally rude by sticking their lances in my face, that's not going to get them anywhere. Not going to get them anywhere at all. And as you can see, they are doing the same thing once again. This is the Horse Archer AI. That's kind of just a... I mean, that's the thing. I don't really want to take advantage of this kind of maneuver, because in general, this is not something that they are supposed to be doing, obviously. They are supposed to be, you know, running in circles around us, basically. But the main reason why we would want to do anything like that is literally not because of the Horse Archers. It's because we want to have this hill. This hill right here is a fantastic advantage. And if this was flat, then I wouldn't be here, you know? I would be attempting to find a hill as soon as possible, and then see what I could do about defending it. But it seems like the Horse Archer AI thinks completely differently, so it's just like, gonna run against the wall right here. Thankfully, it seems like some of them are getting off their mounts, so we are getting a bit more of a fair fight. Although, fair fight against the Jatu, do I really care? Do I really care about fair fights against the Jatu? Because they are generally very, very annoying because they have so many lancers, and you know me. Lancers are basically my mortal enemy, apart from goats. That's a reference to another series that's currently running. Kenshi. If you didn't know. Anyway. Point is, we are going to be winning this, I think. I mean, we're actually doing pretty well so far. We've lost only one unit. And I'm actually wondering, have my forces run out of arrows? I don't think they have. Which is pretty impressive because they are using Nordahl bows and everything, and you would think that Nordahl bows would be able to fire pretty quickly, but maybe their weapon proficiencies need to be trained up a little bit more. Maybe I just need to continue sending Lethal Diran or something over to them and being like, oh, please train them up for 4 weeks, you know, something like that. I know that someone in the comments actually did mention that, I believe it is Dev or Diev, I don't know how to say his name, but Dev apparently is a fantastic horse archer / archer trainer kind of guy, as long as you level up his trainer skill a little bit as well as something else, and that might be an idea. That might be an idea for us to look out for him, because I seem to remember that he is really good at archery, and it would be kind of nice for us to you know, see what he can do with them. But obviously Lethal Diran, he does have the power draw and everything that is pretty high, so should be perfectly fine, to be honest. But well, maybe if there's a way to be a bit more efficient about it, then we might want to look at that. But obviously, considering I have no idea where Dev is at the moment, it might not make sense. But anyway, how are my forces doing right now? Do they actually have? Oh, they have arrows still. I'm going to tell my people to spread out a little bit. They seem to be standing a bit too much in a clump right here. Not a big fan of that. I'm kind of surprised that I haven't died yet, to be honest, because the Jatu usually have my number. You know, they have my number dialed in on all of their lancers, and they are perfectly capable of using them extremely effectively. But it seems like that's not going to happen this time around, and I think that's actually a victory. I think that is actually a victory. So I'm actually going to tell my forces to just charge straight on in now. They can just charge on in, and they can use their bows however they wish, and they can get into effective range and all that wonderful stuff. But yeah, there it is. Alright, so I guess I'll see you when the battle's over. Wow, I was actually not expecting so much renown from that, but we gained 62 renown, and that kind of makes me think that we should continue to try and hunt down these unique armies. Well, it's not even a unique spawn, really. Because on the one hand, I think it would be really, really good to try and farm some renown, because having a larger army is just going to result in me having more knighthood order units, more hero adventurers, and all that wonderful stuff. Anyway, as you can see here, we basically had only 3 deaths. One of them was a hero adventurer, one was an Earl of Grey, and one was a biscuit of rich tea. So that's actually not even... It's not even a big deal. That's not even a big deal at all. And we eliminated 311. Now, they do still have 338 remaining, but personally, I don't think they are going to pose too much of a threat. Once again, we have spawned in a fantastic location with all these trees surrounding us. Oh, it's ludicrous how incredibly good this is, to be honest. And I'm going to see if I can do the same thing with our horse wall here. And I think after the first initial charge, we will know whether this is going to be a foregone conclusion victory kind of thing, a steamroll, so to speak, if you will. And we're going to be dismounting our cavalry once again. There we go. Seems to be a pretty effective strategy. Obviously, personally, I haven't actually used this that much, because usually what I'll like to do is actually use my cavalry on their mounts, but because we are up against so many units that are on mounts, it kind of doesn't make sense. So just staying back and keeping our units in a particularly defensive position makes much more sense to me, at least right now, because if we were to run at them, they would basically just take advantage of their horse archery. And I'm finding it kind of amusing that they're running into the wall. I would expect them to have enough space to actually run around the... Yes, there we go. They are actually running around now, so we're not not taking advantage of their somewhat, well, advanced quote-unquote AI, because obviously the Horse Archer AI fix, that generally is a pretty cool thing. But obviously if you are pretty close to the back wall, then it is going to make it kind of obsolete, you know. So anyway, I'm going to run up here, try and do some damage, and it seems like we're perfectly fine. Wow, my horse does so much damage to lightly armored units. It's so crazy. That's exactly the reason why I have to keep this horse alive. It's a Nordahl spirit horse for a reason. Alright, so we gained another 30 renown from that particular round. And as you can see, we eliminated another 277. Very nice indeed. And I'm actually not even getting that many kills, to be honest, because I attempt to kill someone, and then they just die. They just die without me actually doing much. So yeah, there's that. Anyway. I think I'm actually not going to even utilize the horse wall in this particular round because we have such an overwhelming advantage, 147 units against 65. Really not going to make too much difference. So we're just going to... should I just tell everyone to charge in? Let's just tell everyone to charge in and see how we do, because I haven't actually extensively, just yet, tested my Knighthood Order units because, of course, we have, well, as I say, I've literally just been waiting for some time, upgrading them in the, in the previous episode. Well, in preparation for the previous episode, should I say. And, yeah, I haven't actually extensively tested them out versus any worthy opponents. And I haven't, told them to charge in or anything like that. We've basically only done a siege. And the siege was pretty simple. Pretty simple, because we basically lost, what? I don't know, 3-4 people, and I mean, I think that would continue, basically. Like, if we eliminated 300, 400, 500, or even 1,000 units, obviously we'd run out of arrows eventually, but I think in general we would probably have a pretty easy time of things. So, yeah, pretty amazing. Anyway, I think... actually, I might want to show you what they're actually wearing, in case, some of you out there want to, want to have the same kind of gear, perhaps. Maybe you want to see that. Anyway, there you go. There's another 4 now. Nothing really spectacular. Sir Roland equipping a Jatu warhorse. Well, we gained a gold bar. Oh. And some Nordahl trade goods. Do I care about this? Yeah, maybe I do care about this, actually. Okay, I'm gonna have to get rid of these fruits, get the gold bar. What else do we want to get? The grain out of here, Nordahl trade goods, there we go. I do have 2 Qualis gems. So, in recent Pendor fashion, I'm gonna ask you a question. What do you think we should do with these Qualis gems? Because we have 2. I've already upgraded my, my rune bow into a ruby one. What else should I do with them? Should I get some Nordahl units? Should I buy more potions for myself to increase my weapon proficiencies and my stats and all that sort of stuff? Even though that's not... Personally, I wouldn't say that that's not really the best use for it, because it's only going to give me 1 of each stat from now on, I think, because we've already taken advantage of the bonus that you get from the first 2. So there's that. What else can we do? What else can we do with it? Not entirely sure, but I'd like to hear your thoughts at the very least. So give me some suggestions if you like. Maybe some Nordahl. I think maybe some Nordahl might be an idea, but otherwise I'm not entirely sure. All right, so let's have a look at these. I've actually just been having a look through the rescued prisoners, and they don't seem to have anything I really want. And I mean, I do have quite a bit of space. I guess I should get some Sarlian man-at-arms, because these guys are going to level up into, well, they're going to level up into halberdiers. However, I can take these 18 and I can make them biscuits of rich tea. So I guess I'll just take those instead, because I feel like knights might be a bit easier to make. That's probably not true. We have some Seer favorites here. Seer favorites are really, really good. I have a hard decision right here. Okay, you know what? I guess I'm just gonna let... some Kier guards go, And we'll get the Seer Favorites instead. Dragon Drakes are also decent. Heretic Worshippers, decent, because they level up into some good units. You know what? I'm not going to stare at this screen for too long. We're just going to, we're just going to leave. We're just going to capture these prisoners and then leave. There we go. Oh, look at that. Boadis actually likes Sir Jocelyn. Oh, that's pretty good. All right. That's quite nice. Okay, so, yes. That you would run from battle saddens me. I thought better of you. Shut up, Sir Roland. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have some tea. Yes, that's what we do in England. We just go... That's what, that's what fisticuffs are all about, In England, you just go, here, some tea, sir. And then they go, do you have some rich tea? Yeah, no, that's not how it is. It may seem like it is, but no, that's not how it is. All right. Well, anyway, let's get some Iron Flesh going on here with Sigismund, and Kasim also wants to spend some points. Yeah, we'll just get him some more power strike, I guess. Make him a little bit more effective in sieges if he's not using a bow. And there we have it. All right. So we've eliminated another one of those Jet. Oh, look at that. The Jet are destroyed. I'm actually wondering whether they are going to stay destroyed or whether they're going to continue respawning their armies. I think they are probably going to continue respawning the armies, but, well, I don't really mind that. As long as we can keep them a little bit weakened, then we should have an easier time of things going forward. So, I'm looking forward to your comments, what you think we should do, because I guess what we could do is, as I say, we might... I don't know, it might make sense maybe to take Janos from the Empire, because it is quite close to Seven Cross Keep in comparison to running all the way across Jatu lands to get to Poinsbrook, but I don't know. Maybe something like that would make sense. And then he's probably, and by he I mean King Ulrich, he's probably not going to want to give us another town on top of Laria, so he probably will say to us, oh, you must leave, or, just take this money, take this 200 gold or whatever he's going to give us. But yeah, anyway, I think that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for joining me and for watching, and I will see you next time.